For a second day, military planes failed to find two objects picked up on satellite. Teams are flying across thousands of square miles in the Indian Ocean. The isolated search area is a 4-hour flight from Australia. That distance leaves crews only 2 hours of fuel to scan the sea before they have to head back. The satellite pictures are now 5 days old. This morning, Australia warned the objects may have sunk.
And the remote section of the ocean where the search is now focused is called the Roaring Forties. That area, 40 degrees south of the equator, is known for its ferocious winds and fast currents. And those conditions are among the enormous challenges a retrieval operation would face if the Boeing 777 is located. Chip Reid is in Largo, Maryland, talking to recovery experts. Chip, good morning.
Well, good morning, Nora and Charlie. If Flight 370 did crash in the ocean, what they will be looking for is one of these, a pinger barely the size of a roll of quarters. And if they find this, then they'll have a pretty good idea where the wreckage is, and they can then send down one of these contraptions to start the long process of bringing it back to the surface. That's what everybody's trying to find on the floor of the ocean.
Yeah, it doesn't look like much, does it?
Kurt Newport has been performing airplane search and recovery operations for 35 years. He's an expert at finding a plane's black boxes on the floor of the ocean.
Imagine that this is an airplane, and you can use your imagination. That's the ocean. Pinger goes in the water, and you can hear it chirping.
Newport works for Phoenix International, whose experts have worked on similar recovery operations, including the 1986 Challenger explosion and the 2009 disappearance of Air France Flight 447. To find this, you need one of these.
Or something like it, yeah.
A pinger locator.
Right.
But a pinger pings for only 30 to 40 days. After that, this torpedo-shaped automated underwater vehicle, or AUV, takes charge of the search. Paul Nelson is a project manager at Phoenix.
It'll run a search pattern, think like mowing the lawn, up and back, and it collects data for 20 hours.
The AUV can cover an area the size of Manhattan every 4 days, but if there's little indication of where a plane went down, the hunt can be agonizingly slow. After the Air France flight vanished over the Atlantic with 228 people aboard, it took 3 AUVs 2 years to find it. And then there is the recovery. If Flight 370 is located, a remotely operated vehicle, ROV, will start the difficult task of recovering it from the ocean floor.
It's the workhorse of the operation. This will go down to the bottom, investigate the debris field, and recover any items of interest that the investigators determine that they need.
Now, one important thing to keep in mind is that when the people of Phoenix International are doing a recovery operation, they say they are painfully aware that this is the scene of a horrible tragedy, and they go about their work in a very respectful manner.